Well, it is time now for the women's 4x400 meters relay final, and the outstandingly strong Dutch squad go in lane 8, and they are defending champions, and they have a certain gold medalist already from the last couple of days on the final leg, Femke Bol. They have such a strong squad. It's almost, and I emphasize almost, a case of who will finish second behind the Dutch. But let's have a look at these teams. 8 of them out there. And here the Spanish squad: Carmen Aviles, Berta Segura, Eva Santidrean and Blanca Hervath is their quartet. And the Spanish, well, they will be very hard pushed to finish amongst the medals. With all due respect, finished in 8th place 2 years ago in Munich. The Italians, we'll listen to that roar from them. They didn't make the final 2 years ago, but Ilaria Elvira Game, Giancarlo Trevisan, Anna Polinari and Alice Mandioni will give a good account of themselves, and as ever run above themselves in front of this home crowd. Big crowd in here tonight, probably the biggest of the championships. Belgium go in lane 3. Naomi van den Broek, Imke Verbeet, Cynthia Bolingo and Helena Ponnet, their quartet. They were just outside the medals 2 years ago. They finished in 4th place in a national record, and well, they want to go one better at least here tonight. The Germans go in 4. Skadi Shia, Alicia Schmidt, Luna Bullmann and Eileen Demesch. And the Germans, well, in years gone by they've had fabulous squads, but they finished in 5th place 2 years ago. And the Irish, well, they are the dark horses here. Sophie Becker, Rasidat Adeleke, Phil Healy and Charlene Maudsley. That is a very, very strong quartet. If anybody can threaten the Dutch, it is that Irish quartet, with Adeleke, the individual 400 silver medalist, and Charlene Maudsley, who ran the quickest leg in the rounds, in the heats of the 4x400 in their quartet. France go in 6. Silla, Maraval, Do and Brossier, their quartet. And the French always carry the baton well. Didn't make the final though 2 years ago. And the Poles, well, they are without Swieti Ercetic, which is a bit of a surprise, but their squad is strong. They were silver medalists 2 years ago. Kinga Gachka, Marika Popovic-Drapala, Ila Baumgart-Vitan and Natalia Kaczmarek. And there is that Dutch squad, the defending champions. Lieke Klaver goes in on the first leg. Kathleen Peters, Lisanne de Witte and Femke Bol. Well, Bol ran 4th leg in 2022 in 48.5, and she's a better athlete now. She's the world record holder indoors over 400 meters. 2 world records indeed last winter at 400 meters for Femke Bol. 49.17, the best of them to win that world indoor title in Glasgow. The Netherlands in 8, Poland in 7, France in 6. Ireland go in 5. Ireland go in 6 rather. Ireland in 5. Germany in 4. Watch the Germans: Shea, Schmidt and Bullmann and Demes. Belgium in 3. Italy in 2. What's it worth? Home advantage in this, Kath Murray, to have the home crowd behind you. These athletes from Italy have been just amazing and outperformed themselves in one event after another.
Yep, they have. 20 medals on the board. A tough ask. Still the camera shot there of Femke Bol. And the Irish, of course, have got Rashida Adeleke.
Yeah, Adeleke and Maudsley, a very, very strong pairing on legs 2 and 4.
On your marks.
For the Irish squad. Spain in 1, Italy in 2, Belgium 3, Germany 4, Ireland 5, France 6, Poland in 7, the silver medalists from 2 years ago, Netherlands in 8, the champions from 2 years back. Notable absentees: Great Britain, who were bronze medalists in Munich 2 years back. Bol going for a 2nd gold after the 400 gold a couple of nights ago, the world's fastest time. Well, away they go. Clavers is the ideal athlete there, left a picture to have on the first leg. She commits. She's a very, very strong runner at the best of times, but with a relay bat in her hand, she's one of those who just raises her game a little bit. Watch her. Certainly gone off very quickly as Ireland, Sophie Becker. And Becker running a great leg and already up on the first leg run-up of France. Sunkamba Silla. But of course the stagger won't unwind until after the second leg runner, has run their first 100 metres. If they go into the back straight, they will pass little red markers, and then they will be able to break from lane. So the stagger here is deceptive, and the Dutch will need to stay out in lane 8 for the whole of this third bend. But they lead, I think, by not a huge margin. Good run from Flavers. The Irish and the Poles going well behind.
Yes, Klaver handing over to Kathleen Peters, the 400 metres hurdles silver medalist, and the new face in this Dutch squad after the winning quartet in 2022. And it's Peters at the front at the moment. Alina Popovic-Drapala trying to close her down, but Adeleke making up a lot of ground. Adeleke's had such a good championships, and that silver in an Irish record just a couple of nights ago in the women's 400 metres. Now Adeleke closing, and she's got to give a lead over to Ireland's third leg runner, Phil Healy, because Phil Healy is possibly the weak link on the Irish team.
Rashida Adeleke then takes them into the lead, the Irish. They are going to run their hearts out. They've already had a fabulous championships. Phil Healy in the lead for them, and she is passing over to Charlene Maudsley. Don't forget, building up a slight lead here, 2 or 3 metres between Ireland and the Dutch, and they know full well, the Irish, that they need to hand over with 10, 15 metres or more if they're to hold Bol back on the final leg. Great running though from the Dutch athlete here, Lisanne de Witte. Ran leg 3 2 years ago in 51.2. Adeleke there, about 49.3 her split. Brilliant running. And the Irish have got to push on here. Phil Healy has got to try and get away from the Dutch athlete, but she's not doing that. The Italians having a great run, coming through in 4th place. Who'd bet against them getting a medal? It's the Belgians in 3rd at the moment, at the final changeover. And now Bol, 2:31 at the changeover. Bol in the lead. Well, the chances of her getting caught here are absolutely minute. Maudsley, we know she's in fabulous form. All she wants to do is get as close as she can to Bol and maybe keep the Belgians at bay as the battles go on behind for those minor medals. Poland, France, Italy chasing down Belgium and closing down on the last leg athlete from Belgium, Helena Bonnet. As Bol here looks supremely relaxed, doesn't she? And Maudsley will try desperately to get past the Dutch athlete here, who's slowed dramatically to allow 5 other teams to close up to her. Are they going to get past her? Looks to me like she's going to do just enough. Maudsley trying desperately to come back at her, pulling away from the rest. The Belgians in 3rd, but it is gold and a retention of gold for the Dutch. And a half slower than 2 years ago. But I'll tell you what, that second and a half coming on the leg of Bol, because she cruised the first 300 metres and really was toying with the opposition, doing as little as possible, maybe under instruction to take that very, very steadily. But Ireland, a national record, 3:22.71. That's almost 4 seconds quicker. 4 seconds quicker than 2 years ago in Munich, and a season's best for Belgium at 3:22.95, only marginally slower than their 4th place a couple of years ago, and they take brilliant bronze.
Yes, Femke Bol, what a magnificent last leg from the individual 400 metres hurdles champion, and once again she brings the Dutch home. As we saw during the course of that last leg, Bol looking up at the screen, she knew exactly what was going on behind her. This is the first changeover, and then we get to the last one. This is Lisanne de Witte and Femke Bol, 3 of the 4 women who took gold 2 years ago in Munich. At this stage, Bol, as Tim was saying, just really toying with the opposition. Kaczmarek pushed so hard, she took over in 4th place and was looking as though she was going to come through for the medals, the individual 400 metres champion, but just tired. Maybe just too many races in her legs, but in the end it was Bol for the Dutch.
Charlene Maudsley, 49.64, her legs there, absolutely brilliant. Femke Bol, 50.4. It was a stroll for her, an absolute stroll. And for Kaczmarek, 49.68, the individual champion for Poland, who was on their final leg. She was the individual 400 metres.